Now it's time for us to show you what the 3DS itself is on the outside. So first things first.
On the outside? Why not the inside?
We'll get to the inside in a moment.
Oh, yeah, we kind of tried that.
Okay, first things first, you'll see immediately that there's this weird colorization going on here. It's not just solid black. It starts with a grayish and kind of goes into a solid black. And you'll see, when you lift it up, that there's actually 3 layers representative of different shades of black.
Well, gray, you mean? There's no shades of black, just...
Well, whatever.
Yeah, tones.
The top screen is black, and as it goes further down, the color gets brighter in tone. These are 3 layers that represent different things on the actual 3DS. At least that's what the creator said about it. In particular, you'll notice that there's some sliders which are specific to that layer, the mid layer, I should say, and there's other things that are specific to the bottom layer and then the top layer of the 3DS. Notice there's also 3 layers. 3D. Haha. So anyway, let's get right into it. First things first. Cameras. You'll see at the front there are 2 cameras, and that's a light that tells you that the cameras are on. These will be able to take pictures in 3D, as well as eventually show 3D video.
Well, eventually. I'm not sure when it's going to come out.
And on the side, you'll see here that there's a 3D. Well, I'll just open up to show you that one right now. In fact, let's just open it right now. You see it clicks into place, and ultimately allows for it to pull back further, just like the normal DS, which was our last handheld for Nintendo. Alright, so first things first, you'll see right off the bat this. What is that, a big button?
It's a circle pad.
No, it's a circle pad. It feels a lot smoother, in my opinion, than the PSP's. It's because it has a resistance when it pulls off to the side, and also it has a softer top to it. It's not like a thick, hard plastic. It's also bigger, too, I think, than the
I think slightly bigger than the PlayStation's.
You'll see the D-pad here. It's a clicky one, much like the original DS.
But actually, it has more of a concave feel, so your finger actually rests in it.
Yeah.
Whereas the other one was kind of just a flat button.
So this is going to be useful for when you're playing DS games, but you can also play with this with the DS games. We'll get to that in another video.
Which makes playing Super Mario really good.
Yeah. This is the 3D slider here. Yeah, I kind of jumped from here to here, but whatever.
Yeah, well, you completely missed the
A, B, X, and Y
same
buttons.
clicky as over here, and actually it's the same glossy material as in the front of the 3DS, so it actually feels very nice and has kind of a metallic feel, although it's not.
Alright, back to the depth slider. Come on. Back to me.
Oh, fine, back to you.
The depth slider is the big thing that happens with this. Most devices are only 1 strength, or at least you have to go to an options menu and change it. This is purely hardware based. Now, when it's down here, it's all the way in 2D mode. You won't have to worry about 3D effects hurting your eyes or harming your children. You go up to here, it'll go up a little bit, and as you go further upwards, the 3D effect becomes stronger.
And it actually jumps at your face and punches you if you're not watching it.
Yeah, you better look out for that one. Usually there's a green 3D that appears here, and when you're playing on your DS or setting it specifically to being off through game options, that'll automatically turn off this 3D effect here.
Indicating the mode you're playing is not going to be in 3D.
Even if you turn on the slider. And there's also stereo speakers and power button.
Camera.
Oh yeah, that's the other camera. You won't be able to do chat like the iPhone, though.
Well, you need to have... The reason why both the cameras are to begin with is because it has to be backwards compatible to all DSi games.
Yep, but not necessarily so, because wasn't the original camera for the DSi here? Either way. There's the power button here, which you have to hold down and turn off all the way. You also have a start, select, and home button.
They're not really buttons. They're more like...
It's more like a panel with 3 things. This is actually one of my least favorite parts of the thing, because you really kind of forget the start, select, and home buttons are at the bottom of the thing, and you kind of lose track of that.
And they really have to press them.
Yeah. Now, you notice this is a smaller screen than this one. This is widescreen and in 3D, but this is a 4x3 screen.
Touchscreen.
And it's a touchscreen. Part of the reason Nintendo says is because they wanted to make it, compatible with the DS, but at the same time, it's also because they probably didn't want to, expand the system any further than it was. Alright, so that's the front. Oh yeah, also, you'll see that there's R and L buttons.
Yay.
They're kind of clicky. And right here on the left, as opposed to the right, is where the stylus is.
It's actually a lot harder to get out than the original DS, which is good, because I keep pulling my DS stylus out by mistake.
It clicks into place, so it's not going to be a problem.
It's kind of like a hard metal, but it's also got a nice little large nub, and telescopes, so it's even larger! Yay! Alright.
Yes, is that all of them? I think it's everything.
Let me see.
They're sliders. This is where you put your headphones. I have yet to find headphones that work for this, though. I think I need to have special small ones.
I believe these are where lanyards are, or the microphone. I'm not sure.
This is the power light, and that's another light that tells you that you're getting
power
charging. And you'll see here we got some... Oh yeah, I forgot about this light. This is a very special sensor LED which changes color depending on certain things. Green is Street Pass information getting through. Blue is Spot Pass information from Nintendo. Red means you're dying batteries. And yellow means you have friends on your friends list that are actually
And on this
online.
side also, you can see there's also a switch here for wireless signal, which is this light for... allows you to figure out if you're on the internet, if you're getting any contact, or you turn it off and not have any internet whatsoever.
Yep. And the last thing I think is right. So here on the other notes on the other side, SD card. Coming with the system is actually a 2 GB SD card from Samsung, I think it was.
If it opens.
No, it opens. You just gotta pull it out like so. You push it in, and there you go. Now you can put your stuff, music onto this for your music program. We'll get to that in a moment. On other things, and this is where a lot of the save data will end up being stored. Now, they give you 2 GB, but you can go much higher than that, clearly, over time.
But it's nice that Nintendo actually gives people a 2 gig hard drive, 2 gig hard drive.
Yeah, a hard drive, SD card. There's also quite a bit of gig in the system itself, but we've yet to see that being used to a full extent, and you can't edit them in data management, from what we've been told, yet. And,
I don't see anything else to talk about.
It was volume slider, but really nothing
I think
else.
we're going to have to turn it on and sign ourselves up.
So let's
we'll
get to the next.
And the next thing that
in
we
the next
see
video, you'll be seeing the actual OS for the 3DS.